Aloha and welcome to our introductory video on cancer. Our goals for the video are to define cancer and then to identify some causes of cancer. Okay, so to begin, let's define what cancer is. Cancer, quite simply, is a cell that has forgotten how to stop growing. So these cells will just continue to divide and reproduce and make new cells, and they grow into this mass we call a tumor. Now, there's two kinds of tumors. We have a benign tumor, which is in one place, and then we have the malignant tumors, which have spread. And that process of the cancer cells spreading is what we call metastasis. Okay, so cancer is bad because it just creates a lump of cells that are just going to keep growing and growing and growing. Okay, so what causes cancer? Well, there's a couple different things that we have to look into. The first one is genetics. Some people are just predisposed to have cancer grow inside of them. Some people just don't. It's kind of a genetic thing. You may or may not have the genetics for it. There's also the carcinogens, and those are triggers for chemicals that cause cancer. There's environmental factors like sunlight is one. There's also chemicals out there like tobacco from cigarette smokes, and then the asbestos we used to use in buildings. And both of those will get into your lungs, and it'll cause your lung cells to mutate a little bit, and they'll start growing, and that's what forms the tumors. Okay, the last thing I want to talk to you about today is skin cancer, and that is just kind of how you would check to make sure that you're not having any. They say to follow the ABCD method. The first is just check for asymmetry, and they'll have pictures in the lessons you can look at, but that's where one half of the spot doesn't really match the other half. So it's asymmetrical, they don't match. It'll have irregular borders, so it'll be kind of ragged or blurred rather than a crisp, clear border. Changes in color, especially when the pigmentation is not the same throughout it. So if you start seeing it change colors, that's a pretty good sign that you want to get it looked at. And then changes in the diameter. If it gets really big or really small, you kind of want to get it looked at also. Okay, so that's our real quick talk about cancer. The lessons will go over it into a little more depth for you. Good luck on the lesson, and as always, we'll see you in the next video.